Hi everyone, it's me Joe, and today I'm giving you a video all about how to dye your hair pink. I'm going to go back to pink today, and I thought what no better way to start this video than a really uncomfortable freaking outfit. Let me just jump up and show you this madness. So basically it's a vintage one, so it's got no stretch in the middle, so I'm like scared to bust open like some sort of crazy, I don't know, I can barely move. Let's just start with that. So today I'm going to take you all the way I dye my hair. So when we're talking about colourful hair, whether it's blue, whether it's green, whether it's pink, whether even if it's like more of a natural tone, we kind of need to go lighter first because these hair colourants are almost translucent. Just dropped a lady. Imagine those sweet wrappers you grew up eating and nibbling on, and when you can look through the plastic you can kind of see through. That's an easy way to describe how bright, colourful hair dyes work. They've got less of a chemical change and more of a stain. So they don't actually change the hair colour, eventually the pigment will fall out of the hair and it's less damaging. So really it's much better for your hair to do it a bright colour, even though it looks like it's going to be a little bit more crazier, simply because of that reason. So you have to go blonde first, you have to bleach it, that's the bad part. Now you can use these colours over a darker hair, but they obviously won't come out as strong. Just imagine looking through the sweet wrapper, that's the colour it will come out over your natural hair. So I want to go more of a bright pink because I've actually got a lot of hair pieces that are in bright pink that I've had nowhere to use. So this is going to be a huge mermaid, voluminous monster by the end of this. But what I want to do today is basically talk you through the products I want to use and show you how to do it. So let's talk about the brand of hair dye we're going to be using today. Now I'm actually going to recommend a different hair dye to what I usually use, simply because the sheer volume of product and the quality of the actual product. I think you guys are going to be a lot more interested in it than my usual recommendation. So I'm actually working with Arctic Fox. They come, look how much you get. They actually come, let me read the colours. They do Aquamarine, which is a green base, blue like a cerulean blue, Arctic Mist, which is a white toner, Poison, which is red, Poseidon, which is more of a, it's more of like a cobalt blue, Purple Rain, which is a kind of indigo purple, Violet Dream, which is a true purple, and Virgin Pink, which is like an eggplant. They also do Wrath. Now I have got, which colours do I have? Now I have Wrath and I have Virgin Pink. So this is more of a purpley one, this is more of a like my old kind of mermaidy colour. I want to mix the two together to get a bit of a hybrid colour. That's the benefit of using these artificial colours. They can be mixed together. They work like ink. So if you want it to be a little bit darker, you want it to neutralise more of the blue in your hair, you can add more orange or vice versa. So they're really good for things like that. But you get, how much do you get? You get 236 mils in the bottle, so 8 fluid ounces. And I really like them because they have a lot of benefits to them that I don't think a lot of other brands do. It's vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and 15% of the proceeds actually get donated to an animal charity, which I think is pretty amazing. 15% of all profits are donated to International Funds for Animal Welfare and Second Chance Animal Shelter. So, oh my god, like they actually give back as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to the unit and I'm actually going to leave it overnight. Now if you have the ability to leave this on overnight, you will get a stronger result. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to apply this all over the unit and leave it overnight, and I'll show you the result in the morning. Okay, so it's day 2 and I've just shown you how I've actually dyed. There's a bit of a hair on my camera. Come here. So this is the unstyled mess that is pink hair. I am going to actually really style it into a curly style. Now let me just show you what I've got. Now I have these 2 half wigs. One is 24 and one I think is 20. And the idea behind this was, this is going to be like the base for these fabulous wigs. So we can have really, really, really long curly hair. So, oh my god, I can't even wait. I haven't had pink hair in so long, it's so exciting. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to curl my hair. I have a tutorial actually how I've done this. So check that one out and I'll give you a full review of the colour. So I wanted to show you guys before I kind of brush it out. What I've done is I've curled the fringe forwards. Whoops. And then I've done it from the halfway point here. So now I'm going to get my brush. Actually, I'll do this side first. So I'm going to add these to this hair. Look at the colour match. I'm so glad I matched it perfectly. Right, so I'm going to just part the back and pop this in. So here we go. Here is our glamorous pink hair. Alright guys, so let's go through the colour. So because I mixed about, I would say, 1 part to 4 parts, the darker red with the brighter pink, and the colours are Wrath and I've forgotten the other one. So my best guide when you're going to these kind of colours is mixing your own shade, so then you don't have the issue of looking like you're a flat colour, and also when you actually mix 2 colours together you have more product and you also have the ability to cover different kinds of flaws. Colours like these take differently to different hair colours, as like I've explained in the beginning of the video. So sometimes if you have a little bit of yellow in the hair, mixing a little bit of more of a bluer pink in with the actual pink you want will cover that up and give you the colour you want. So it's all about colour correction in the same process, but these pretty much will last until, well, with this obviously it's a wig, so I can do it forever. But if you're going to wash your own hair out, my best advice would be don't use hot water. Hot water really pulls the colour out. Don't use astringent shampoos, things like Head and Shoulders that are for the scalp. Use things that are more friendly. On top of that, also, don't go in direct sunlight. It actually lightens the hair colour. You can also have a little bit of an issue when you go things like sunbeds. Just make sure that you're not exposing the colour because it's just a stain, so it won't stain forever. Now, one thing that I can say, which I've mentioned, is you can put a toner on, which is a clear gloss. That helps just reinforce the colour on the hair. And also, don't forget you can use dry shampoo instead of wet shampoo. That will freshen your hair without losing the clarity of colour. Now, this will pretty much last, I would say, about a week and a half perfect. Then 3 weeks lighter, 5 weeks it will fade. That's my kind of experience so far. So what I tend to do is I actually grab my colourant and I actually mix it in with my conditioner. So every time I'm actually washing my hair, I touch up the colour. That way you get like a booster, so it's really good. But definitely for perfect volume, keep it topped up, I would say every 3 weeks. And if you're doing this for a one-off, I guess I have a video all about colour removal because I can get rid of colour like this quite easily too. Alright guys, well I really hope you enjoyed that one. So the products I used today are Arctic Fox. They are freaking amazing. Semi-permanent hair dye in all variety of colours, as I mentioned. I'm going to pop a link right below where you can actually grab these because they are really great. And do you know what the worst thing is? I wish I'd known about these before because there's so much more product in them than you genuinely get in these bright colours. Hair dye kits. Always use gloves, by the way, and as you can probably guess from my sink, which I showed you earlier, there is pink hair dye everywhere. My final tip for getting rid of hair dye at the end of the day is actually saving a little bit of the colour in. Get a tissue, get the hair dye and rub it into itself. This will actually emulsify it and it will take it off the scalp, the hands, even though I'm a little bit pink. It will genuinely get the most of it off. Kind of like, you know, when you did you at school like ever like trick the teacher with a permanent marker and they would write on the whiteboard in permanent marker instead? You can actually remove permanent marker with permanent marker by going over the top. It takes itself off. Works the same kind of way. So I hope that helped. That was a fun one. I'm so excited to have pink hair again. Girl, I'm going to be swinging in slow motion on Instagram in a bit. Alright guys, well check out Arctic Fox in the links below. Check out my other colour hair tutorials, it was really fun. And I will see you in my next video. Am I starting to look more like my face? Do we think? Click this, subscribe.